Yo, sure, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be going through a topic, a very important topic. Optic Pred is back on the roster. As you can see, we have some MW3 champs highlight. Shout out to the boys Breaking Point. Fantastic content over there. We're going to use that in the background while we go through and kind of just discuss the roster. I want this channel to be more like a podcast type channel where you guys can kind of just sit back. I know when I'm at the gym, I like listening to the flank and stuff like that. So I wanted to do something like that myself, where, just go through some topics daily. So let's get into it. Okay, a few things I want to go through. Just clear the air here. Huke has obviously been dropped from the roster. Now, I've seen a lot of takes on the internet. I've seen, oh, good, he was awful, let's get rid of him. And I've seen the other end where this guy was the best player. How are we getting rid of the best player? Now, I want to go through both takes and give my opinion. First of all, he was the best player at Major 1. Okay, I want to make that clear. He was the best player at Major 1 for Optic Texas. At the same time, he was a substitute in terms of when you look at this roster, okay? We're watching the highlights now. This roster won champs. The vibes were there. They were going into Black Ops season. If they were not comfortable with that roster, that's where they would have made a change. The fact that they went into the season winning champs, having this roster, means they were comfortable and they were ready to run it back. The vibes were high. Everyone was looking good. Everyone was feeling good, and they were ready to run it back. Whatever happened with Pred's circumstances and personal life, we don't know. There's a lot of assumptions on the internet. There's the gambling, there's personal mental health, this and that. There's stuff on the internet. Now, I don't really want to get into that because that's not my business. I really like Pred. I hope everything's well. Obviously, good news, he's back on the roster. Things are hopefully seaming up. Now, I've got a few assumptions in my head that I don't know whether they're true or not. I'm gonna guess. Now, my only guess I would say is something definitely happened behind the scenes, because the way the Optic Texas camp handled it, they weren't really talking about it, or it wasn't like, oh, where, it really gutted, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of sympathy or empathy for the situation. It did seem a bit annoyed. Like, it seemed like Shotzi was kind of fed up and Dashi was kind of fed up of, we don't know though, I'm more speculating, and I'm a big Optic fan, so I'm not trying to make it negative, but I want to go through the roster and my real thoughts, okay? So I was arguing with some people on Twitter over this because they're looking at Huke. Now I want to go through this bit right here. This energy, this is something you don't see on the kill feed. Okay, on the kill feed, on the scoreboard. So when I go through this thing now, I want to stop for a second and go through. It's really important, okay? Huke was a great player during that area. Huke did a lot more than people expected. In fact, let's have a look at it, actually, because if we actually look at it, Huke with a 1.15 KD, the first thing we have to understand is KD isn't everything. Why? Because there's different roles, different playstyles, different elements, okay? So when we actually look at the KD, though, he was fine. Now, where I think people are misunderstanding is that, like, especially this take is crazy. I've literally seen on the kill on Twitter and stuff. Now, they're not serious takes. I can't take them seriously, but I've seen people say, drop Kenny, he had a bad major. Are we serious? First of all, if we're thinking about replacing anyone on the team, you're going to replace the change that you made for the change that you had, if that's what you want to do, because you're then going back to your original roster that you had faith with, okay? Another thing that I think people aren't really seeing the side of is this team is investing into the potential of their team. What do I mean by that? They believe that their team has a higher potential or a higher floor with Pred in their team over Huke, okay? That doesn't mean Huke is a bad player or Huke doesn't fit this team. What that could just mean is that they realized that now that Pred's back and available, as a team, they are a better team with Pred in there. It doesn't matter if Huke was the odd man out. And I'm going to give you guys a perfect example, okay? Imagine you're playing with your friend. You got friend 1 and friend 2, okay? And you guys play an S&D tournament for a weekend. And you play really bad. You underperform. And friend 1 starts frying. But you know how good you, friend 1 and friend 2 are. You know how good as a trio you are. So you guys can make a decision. You might be safe because of how good your past accolades are, because of how good you've been as a player, and your friend 2 knows how good you are. He knows that you can win them the event. That's the same thing with Kenny. Kenny is a 2 times, 10 times winning. Kenny has 10 event wins, 2 champ wins. The guy is unbelievable. We need to get out of this realm of, oh, we had a bad event, let's drop him. It is faded, okay? So I want to get that out of the way. Crazy talk. Huke has had a good event. His stock has gone up. I think it's a good thing for Huke that he was in challenges, he joined Optic, performed really well, now has his open stock for any team in the league, he can go where he wants. I think he did a really good job for himself. Now, it is a little bit unfair that he got dropped in terms of performance, but I think it's fair game because, like I said, I think you're investing in the potential of the team. For me personally, I would still get Pred over Huke, because I think the team itself has a higher potential with Pred, and that's a team that they went with in the offseason. There's a reason why they went with that team in the offseason, is because that's the team they backed. That's the team they've won champs with. And another thing that people don't see, it's not just, by the way, I'm not discrediting Huke here, I'm just giving another side of it that we haven't seen. It's not just what they do at the major and the kill feed, it's also how good they are in practice, what impact are they giving, how are the vibes in the team, how are they motivating others, what energy are they providing, how are they dealing with negativity, how do they deal with criticism, how do they deal with when things are going well, are they able to control that, are they able to keep the flow state, the energy, everything. These are things that we don't know about. How are they in arguments? Are they good at arguing? Are they good at articulating their point? Are they good at giving feedback? Are they contributing to the team comms behind the scenes? Are they making the team better? Are they doing the extra work? Now, I'm not saying Huke is or Pred isn't or the other way around. All I'm saying is these are things that we cannot see as a fan. These are things that the pros know and can see. So I trust the team to make the right roster. Shotzi has won a world champ with Huke and with Pred. If they believe that Pred's a better fit, then I trust them. I believe Pred's a better fit. I believe Pred's a better player than Huke overall. Another thing is we're looking at a dynasty. We're looking at a team that wants to become a dynasty. This isn't an overweek transition. We're talking about years and years to come. For example, look at the highlights you're watching now. This is Modern Warfare 3. Completely different to Black Ops 6. So yes, Huke has been amazing in Black Ops 6, but imagine next year is World War 3, okay? In the game, not in real life, okay? Let's say next year is Call of Duty World War 3 or wherever it is, Black Ops 2 Remastered. Imagine if it's just a slower game and now Huke doesn't play the same. You're trusting Huke to be the form he is now for the rest of his career. Well, I trust Pred. Pred's more consistent as a player. So for me, I'm looking at so many other variables that I just think people are ignoring. It's not a simple, oh, who played better at Major 1? That's so short-sighted. It's so short-sighted. Because you're making a decision, a roster decision, based on a team that lost. You're talking about a 1 month period. You're looking at January 2025 and you're making a roster decision. You can't look like that. You have to look long term. You have to look at the whole year and think, right, what is our team for Black Ops 6 going to be? And contract situation. This is a business. Contract situations. Okay, who can we get? When can we get there? If we lose Pred now, we may never get him back. He may join another team. We're never getting Pred back. I don't think you can afford to lose a superstar. This is the team you ran it with the champs. This is the team you run it with back now. Let me know what you guys think down below. Was it fair to drop Pred? Was it fair to drop Huke? Again, just to summarize, I think it's fair because they're not dropping him based on his performance. They're dropping him based on the potential of the roster. And I think their world champ winning team is a roster they wanted to stick with. Things happened. Major 1's done. Clean start. Major 2. Let's run it back with the champs winners. There you go. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like and I'll catch you guys around tomorrow. Peace.